And just down the street from the facility, the Big 3 battles in Week 4. A chance for teams to find their stride at the midway point. And we have 3 fantastic matchups ahead for you on DAZN, Fire, and the Big 3 YouTube channel this Friday evening, starting with first place Triplets facing Bivouac, Ghost Ballers versus Killer 3's, and Power taking on 3's Company. Welcome into Comerica Center. Slow Martin, Brian Scalabrine along with you. So glad you're joining us. And Brian, after these games this weekend, we are officially halfway through the regular season, a really important point in this time.
And you look at this league and you can see 4 teams. I think that they can win the championship. But there are a lot of teams on the outside trying to claw their way in and get into that playoff conversation.
Well, the Triplets will have a difficult one today. They are without 2-time back-to-back MVP in Joe Johnson. He scored 30 of his team's 48 points in Week 3, the second leading scorer in the Big 3. A huge absence, and that means the Pargo brothers will have to step up.
So we know the Pargo brothers can score. That's not going to be the problem. There's 2 areas I'm looking at. Can they defend and rebound? Because that's a big part of what Joe Johnson does. And then, can they close out the game? From 40 to 50, it is Joe Johnson time. The Pargo brothers not afraid of the moment, but they're going to have to do it and execute.
And not the only set of brothers we're going to be seeing today. Jeremy and Gennaro Pargo for the Triplets, and then for Bivouac, Gerald Green and Garland Green facing against each other.
Yeah, it's good to see. Gerald Green fought hard to get Garland onto his team, and I'm going to watch these guys all throughout the night and see which brotherly tandem can score the most points.
Well, Gerald Green is putting up a fantastic year so far in his first year in the Big 3, certainly in the MVP conversation at this point. He leads the Big 3 in 3-pointers and does a whole lot more.
Yeah, he's a walking bucket, but I talked to him earlier, and he wants more than that. He wants to get out here, get some wins, and for him to be in the MVP conversation, you can't be 0-3. Big game today for Gerald Green.
And he's also going to be the acting head coach today, the player/coach. He did that in Week 2. Gary Payton not with the team this week. And of course, he has the experience, most recently a player development coach with the Houston Rockets. And then on the other side, one of the all-time greats, Lisa Leslie, who just celebrated her 50th birthday. So happy birthday to one of the GOATs. Our rosters today are presented by PNC Bank. Joe Johnson again out tonight. Jeremy and Gennaro Pargo trying to pick up the slack as co-captains. On the other side, Gerald Green, the coach today as well. Helped out by Will Bynum, Corey Brewer, Jeff Ayers, and his brother Garland Green. Betting odds for this game, Brian, and maybe not reflecting the absence of Joe Johnson.
I'm telling you, the Bivouac's 0-3, but 8.5. When the Bivouacs do lose, it's always a close game, because they can get buckets. Give me the money line. Give me the Bivouacs.
I would not be surprised if we do see Bivouac come in this game. We'll talk about that in a moment. But if you are new to the Big 3, our rules. The first to 50 points wins. There is no game clock, only a 14-second shot clock. You'll see the different rules when it comes to free throws, and then also those circles on the floor. There are 3 of them for 4-point opportunities. And that's a player in Gerald Green who does not mind spotting up from there.
Shoots it so effortlessly.
This Bivouac team 0-3 this season. In the bottom of the standings just right now, just shy of the midway point, but only -9 point differential. They have not had a game larger than 3 points as G will attack, and he will shoot 1 free throw for 2 points.
Alonzo G is a guy that's looking for a little bit of opportunity with Joe Johnson here. He's more of a role player. Hit 2 big threes in the corner. You know, Triplets lost last week to the Ball Hogs. Ball Hogs got their first win, but G was big down the stretch.
Exactly right. And coming off the bench, 12 points, 7 rebounds. So those were the only 3s for the Triplets as well.
Yeah.
So he knocks down the free throw. Bivouac looking for their first win this season in the Big 3. They have the talent to do it. They've just been too close. Lost by Ayers, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
Pargo pulled the chair on Ayers, and it worked.
Hey, we know we got to see versatility from these Pargo brothers. They'll defend in the post, and that's really what you look for in this game is versatility. You got to be able to guard anywhere. Pargo into Hollins, who slams it home two-handed.
That's what Hollins could do. Rolls out, gets to the bucket, throws it down.
Just that easy. I mean, he broke away, was completely free on that play.
Yeah, that's because he ran Brewer over with an illegal screen. That's what happened.
Ayers has plenty of time, and he knocks down. That's his first three of the season.
I was watching Ayers shoot before. He's on target. He's either going to hit back rim or he's going to nail it. That time, nailed it.
You know, it wasn't even something he did a whole lot in his NBA career either. Just 2 for 5. Getting things started early for Bivouac. I would say in a must-win situation at this point. The alley-oop not there for Hollins. And it's Brewer for 3 in the corner. In the corner, G knocks it down.
Yeah, love those corner threes.
There's a lot of time for both Jeremy Pargo. Felt like there was a lot of opportunities they could have been pulling up from the perimeter. Green, no good, but a well-set screen. Jeremy Pargo, he's gonna pull up. Green skying for the rebound. That's something that he does so well too. Not only one of the 4 players averaging 20 points per game, but a great rebounder as well, as you talked about. That not there, a turnover for Bivouac. Skyler, I know it's only 3 weeks, but teams might still be kind of finding their footing as a unit.
Yeah, they're trying to run some different stuff offensively. So far, they don't normally they just give the ball to Joe Green and he goes and gets buckets, so they're trying some different action.
Pargo working hard, brought down by Ayers. 7-3, Triplets leading. Difficult shot by Brewer. There could have been a whistle there. Hard contact and an offensive foul. He called against Pargo.
I don't know about this one. Got his shoulders down. I mean, he has the right to get into the airspace. Feels like getting a big 3. That should have been a no call.
Embellishment?
Yeah, no call. Let it go. Let the guys go.
No, I agree with that. It is a physical game, no matter who's on the floor here in the Big 3 as Green misfires. Inside to Hollins. He is a problem in the paint so far.
Yeah, good strong catch. Created some space. Went up, threw it down. Hollins just like 3 or 4 minutes last week coming in fresh.
Hollins already 2 dunks in this one as he battles for the board.
Oh, he's going with the back down here. Oh,
Brewer, not much he can do.
big brother ball.
Talk about the physicality on that play too, with Hollins and Brewer involved. Falling away, desperation shot by Pargo, not there. Green trying to find his stroke, does right there.
Good job of just getting his feet in balance underneath them. I might have to interview Ryan Hollins here. Those 2 monster dunks. I can ask him about last week in the 3 minutes.
Oh, he elevated there. Made it look easy. In the corner again, it's Green back to back. He only had 2 threes last week. Only 3s for this Bivouac team, and he's already got 2. And the game is tied. One more time! Ryan Hollins dominating the paint, and the Triplets making it look easy.
You know, I wonder what Gary Payton right now would be thinking, giving up all these dunks.
Triplets just have this way they play, just throwing it up for Hollins. He takes care of the rest. A really deep post up. And Brewer gets it. The step back. And the putback there for Ayers. But they're gonna wave it off.
I don't think I think it's a clear violation on Brewer. 2 feet. Got to get 2 feet out, not just one. Everyone thinks you can get one and lift the other one. The other foot has to come down and touch behind that 3-point line.
I mean, that's something you want to see called consistently. That's not a ticky-tack thing. 4-point attempt not there for Pargo. Neither is that 3. It's got to be hard, especially on those sidelines, to make sure you get those 2 feet out.
Sloan, they are former professionals.
Maybe I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I know you're trying, but I mean, we're only asking you to tap the double feet on the line.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's not like they're asking them to do your job. Like, that's hard to do. No one can just come in and sub for your job, but we're only asking 2 feet behind the line here.
Green, a couple jab fakes. That looks smooth by Gerald Green.
Man, I wish I could jump that high. He jumps. If I could jump that high on my best day, or with a trampoline, I feel like that'd be a good day for me. Gets up so high on this jump shot.
Coming off a G League championship, came out of retirement, said, I love this opportunity with the Rockets, but it's just not the right time. Playing with the young guys who say, you still got it.
Well, what he told me, so you're making it seem like it's nice. What he told me is, he was telling the young guys that if you can't guard me, then you need to work on your game more. And since I can bust you, I should definitely be back in this league.
Exactly right. Hey, that seems like a great opportunity to have that kind of feedback that not everyone gets. Gennaro Pargo loses it. So Bivouac can score. That's just what they do with Brewer. That will bring us to the first break of this first half. Bivouac leading 13-11 against the #1 ranked Triplets squad. Ryan Hollins goes up two-handed, not once, not twice in the first half. And then Bivouac, they've responded each time with points of their own. I don't know if he hears you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back here at Comerica Center, this is how the standings look heading into week 4, almost the midway point of the season. The Triplets, #1 in the standings at 2-1, a plus 21-point differential. And you see Bivouac there. They look lonely as the only winless team in the Big 3, but they have had close losses. Let's check in with Scal, who's standing by with Ryan Hollins.
Ryan Hollins, also known as Shaq of the Big 3, getting it going early, getting that opportunity.
Yeah, man, just feeding off Lisa Leslie. You know we're missing Joe Johnson, but that's a real champ over there, commanding us, coming us where to be, and we're just coming out to fight. Even that team hasn't won a game, they're very dangerous, as you all see.
Yeah, you took out Brewer on that screen. He's upset about it, letting you know.
Yeah, Brewski fouled me on that jump hook, too. He tried to foul me, so just out here having fun, but we got to compete and get this win. We need it.
Thanks, Ryan.
I love what he said about feeding off of Lisa Leslie. You see the equity in the Big 3 demonstrated by Lisa Leslie, a Big 3 Coach of the Year, a Big 3 champion. She's got 4 gold medals, for goodness sakes. You better listen to her, and luckily, we can do that today as well. And we will have her mic'd up in this contest.
One thing about Pargo, if you can't, like he was a teammate of mine in Chicago, and I play him one-on-one, that side step to the left, it's almost automatic for him.
Brewer attacking the rim.
You hear Lisa Leslie asking for the help.
That's the post action I was telling you.
Yeah, she's afraid of that action.
Oh, I was telling Zoe.
Green trying to sidestep some defenders. It's his brother, Garland Green. Facing tough defense by Gennaro Pargo. He really stood his ground.
Yeah, real physical on that. There's that pump fake, nothing going. Loves that left corner. Him and Joe Johnson just absolutely love that left corner, and they run most misses to that corner.
Couldn't get the foul call there. Brewer spins. Nice tap out by Garland Green. Started out the season with Tri-States. Gets the team up with his brother Gerald instead. As Brewer rises and he draws the foul.
No show and go. Covered a lot of ground with one dribble. Love it. Take a look. One dribble, two big steps, elevates. No, they'll get 1 for 2.
Brewer coming off a great game in week 3, 19 points, 5 rebounds. Of course, a player development coach for the Pelicans last season. Like seeing different career paths, different coaching opportunities that have sprouted out that you can hope develop into further coaching work.
For sure. Everybody that's been teammates with Brewer loves him.
Well, you win 2 national championships, you win an NBA championship too. The huge block by Garland Green, and then Gerald Green finishes the job.
Very good defense, Garland Green. I thought he was beat. I thought G had him on the spin as he elevates. Garland, no soup for you.
Ridiculous block by Green. I felt the brother synergy there with the block. Immediately, Gerald swooping in for the jam.
You know, the first week, Gerald Green would have took that ball back, but he's starting to get used to BIG3 basketball.
That is something you start to see with the rules. If it is a turnover, air ball steal, he can go right back up with it. Garland Green chases that down and pulls up from 3.
Oh, can't leave him open.
Gennaro Pargo. And Green definitely cannot leave him open. And Garland active today.
Yeah, on the boards. That's huge. No Ryan Hollins. All of a sudden, Bivouac's dominating the glass.
And a timeout call. Bivouac leading 21-17. And Bivouac playing like they are in a must-win situation.
Here he is again. Garland Green elevating. There's the pump. There is the strong finish. Doing the little things to get his team back into this game.
Well, Bivouac, you see them 0-3 this season, but they only have a -9 point differential. Look how close those losses have been. Just right within their grasp, and unfortunately hasn't gone their way so far.
That's why 8.5, that's a lot. And that's why the money line at 255 is where this thing is at. They're gonna win this game. You watched it. The only thing I'm worried about is a little bit of Ryan Hollins, but they have errors. I'm telling you, Bivouac is gonna win this game.
Let's hear what Lisa Leslie is saying in this huddle.
How are you feeling? You're good. How are you feeling? Do you need a breather?
And actually, it's Gennaro Pargo who has coaching experience in the NBA as well, that he's able to draw something.
Yeah, Indiana, right? That's
right.
where he's at, yeah. Got a lot of plays. You know, as coaches, you work on that stuff. And with 3-on-3, you can really take advantage of the way people are guarding. Like right now, Bivouac's switching everything. So a play where you slip out, you can get something going to the rim.
Scal, I mean, you've been there and you've been in these huddles, but it seems like what I've noticed, even with someone who is one of the most accomplished people in this game, Lisa Leslie, you just feel empowered to speak up in huddles, to draw up plays, to expand.
But here's the thing. BIG3, there's a lot of guys with a lot of experience that played a lot of different places, that played a lot of years in the league, overseas. So, you know, obviously you want to take advantage of that.
You're right about the experience you pick up playing in multiple countries, being on multiple teams.
Oh, that's not a double dribble?
Pargo.
Hold on here. Hold on. I'm thinking what Brewer's thinking. Ain't no double dribble.
And that's what Gerald Green, the player coach, is saying as well.
Yeah, he picked it up and then just went off again.
He is the Nick Young confused face meme there. As Brewer has the pulled out from under him. Snaring the rebound is Gennaro Pargo. Gennaro. Got to close out on Green quickly as soon as he clears it, but he still gets it up anyway and knocks it down.
I could watch that all day. The little shimmy shake to the pull-up J. Come on.
The rhythm he has in his game right now. I know it's week 4. But you think about his off-season work to be ready from the time he steps out onto the court is Pargo pulled up from 4-point range.
Do it again, G. Do it again. Oh, get it back to him.
Tight defense by G. Brewer, offensive foul.
Oh, got an offensive foul on Brewer. Yeah, I think it's a good call. Look at that. Stood his ground, took the hit. Good call. I'm still shaking my shoulders over that shimmy shake hezzy jumper.
I mean, how close do you have to get to Gerald Green so that he's not able to get a shot?
If we could get that replay, his jumper is so quick, you can't even put a hand up.
Wow. Him getting that rebound. There's no words for that.
Here it is right here. Go to work, go to work.
Garland Green has it from his brother Gerald, one-on-one. Looking for the ISO opportunity, and then it will be a shot clock violation.
That's what my isolations look like.
Green already with 7 rebounds, by the way. I know it's a small thing. I'm still replaying that in my own mind, him skying for that rebound.
Oh, yeah. That's what he does. Big-time hustle player. Gerald told me he could defend at a high level. And that's why he wanted him on his team.
G gets free and slams it home.
There's physicality on the defensive end. That was offensive physicality.
Oh, yeah. Brushing off his defender. It was like a stiff arm in football there.
All right, let's see what Joe's doing here. They're going to post to Bro.
Posting up against Gennaro Pargo, finding Brewer, who's wrapped up.
All right, here we go. The drive, the push off, get off me. Going right to the cup.
The fierceness of that move. I mean, I wish I had been keeping count of how many dunks we've seen just in this first half.
Yeah, Mr. Inside Dunk has been on the bench for a while, Ryan Hollins. Oh, he's coming back in.
Bivouac go 2 points from halftime. As Gennaro Pargo misfires. And Garland Green is fouled. So Hollins does come back in after an explosive start to this first half. Non-shooting foul, so Brewer taking it out, and Bivouac can send it to halftime with the bucket. Gerald Green has the 7-footer on him. Completely cleared out.
That's very good defense by Ryan Hollins on that play.
Hollins setting the screen. Green was turned around. Pargo. They've had trouble shooting from long range in this first half as Brewer forces it up. Jeremy Pargo. G, nice pump fake. And here is Hollins one more time for the first half. We're 2 points away from either side and getting to the break.
Good extra pass by G, attacking the basket. Hollins is playing great today.
I was expecting G to explode up to the rim once more. Green, mid-range doesn't go.
There's another one.
Elevates. What a way to end the first half. It felt like more dunks than jump shots in this game.
What an amazing adjustment by Trilogy. No Joe Johnson, they go right to the lob, and Ryan Hollins, right place, right time, making it happen.
Head above the rim. We're halftime. Triplets leading 25-23 over Bivouac. Game 1, week 4, the Triplets on top, 25-23. Ryan Hollis dominated the paint in the first half, the recipient of multiple lobs. Before we get back into this one, let's take a look at the Microsoft Player of the Week from last week. The winner, no surprise that it was Joe Johnson, who is absent today with 57% of the vote.
My boy, the Brazilian Blur, should have won it. So all you people out there that are voting, he had a fantastic day. But you know what? Shout out to the man, Mr. Big 3 himself, Joe Johnson. But I'm just saying, my vote, that 27%, that's me.
30 of his team's 48 points. I'm just going to say,
yeah,
Scal, that's a lot. A second 30-point game this season.
That's a lot of points. You probably had to go for 40 if you wanted to win. Yeah, you're right. You know what? Joe Johnson was doing work, and he had a tough night the week before, but he bounced back, and for sure he should have won Microsoft Player of the Week.
Second leading scorer in the Big 3 this season. And of course, each week fans can help select the Microsoft Big 3 Player of the Week. Go to big3.com or Big 3 social media accounts to vote. We'll reveal the results from week 4 next Sunday. And obviously too early to say, but Ryan Hollis might want to be in that conversation in the first half. For him, 10 points, 5 for 7 shooting of the high efficiency variety with multiple slam dunks for him. And we'll start the second half with Jeremy Pargo bringing the ball in against Brewer. Pargo goes all the way, even with Brewer on top of him.
That time, people worried about Hollins now and allowed Pargo to turn the corner. Ayers got to be able to do both. And that's the tough part about 3-on-3.
Green, 12 first half points. He's got nowhere to go. Brewer for 4. And G's the one who skies up for the board. He had a good start in the first half. He gets it up to Jeremy Pargo.
Oh.
What a spin, but cannot get the finish. Jalen Green so quick getting the ball in bounds. He was behind the backboard right there.
That was a big-time shot. He is so good going to his left hand.
We know the toll of 3x3, that even though you're not having, having to go full court all the time, the game really never stops, but especially with Green because of how quickly he clears the ball and just gets right back into the play.
Yeah, it's different. I'll tell you, when you play 3-on-3, it's more mentally engaging because there isn't that flow of going up where you're kind of, reading the defense. You're constantly engaged. Shot goes up. You're already thinking, where am I going? Where's he at? Now you're engaged again. So it's a mental toll more than what you would call a physical toll.
Ayers, his second 3 today. He didn't have any the first 3 weeks of this season.
Love watching him shoot. Like I said, he's always online.
One of multiple NBA champions who are in the Big 3, winning with the Spurs in 2014. Green not letting Pargo get free. High arc on that shot by G.
Get him out that paint, man.
Ryan Hollins saying, hey, the paint, but a shot resets the clock.
So it's Triplets ball. They trail by 1. And it's been quite back and forth in this one too, Scal, except for when the Triplets got out to a pretty big lead just in the early going. It hasn't deviated from really one possession.
Yeah, Bivouac is, now they're settling in, making shots, and again, yes!
Collins keeps it going from the first half.
I got to talk to Lisa Leslie about the change in offense. I'd be curious on what she says.
Ayers. I mean, you're exactly right, Scal. Not having Joe Johnson, how are you going to change things up? No surprise that she goes to her center. But there he gets the offensive foul.
All right, take a look. Up top, Holland knows where to go. Right to the rim. Holland's in great shape, and he does TV during the winter. I do TV. I can't stay in that kind of shape. I mean, I don't understand.
Quick turnaround for Green. Beautiful. Just
that is the only word to describe that. If we were in the soccer, they would call that a brilliant move.
Was that an attempt at an English accent? I think it could be better.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Jeremy Pargo will get the 2.
The adjustment Bivouac has made is they're not trying to meet. They're really protective of Ryan Hollins getting that full head of steam. That's how Pargo was able to turn the corner.
Green again, the chair pulled out. There are some crafty players in the Big 3. So Green hits the deck.
There was an award for pulling the chair. The Pargo brothers would win that award. And it would be a chair. The pulling chair award.
Please,
at their house.
Let's make this happen.
Yeah, then you go to there, and then right before you sit down, boom, they pull it out.
I mean, when you're undersized for a lot of your career, a lot of your competitors, is Green sinks it silky smooth.
I got to tell Joe Green, in the Big 3, you got to close out all the way to 50 here. Buckets like that.
He's got 18 now. Thought that was going to be a lob again for Hollins. It's worked so well. Gerald Green's had a bunch of these today, and they're just magnificent.
Yeah, it's poetry in motion. Look at this, gone. I mean, it's so smooth. I was on the Boston Celtics when we drafted him. But in a sneaky way, we're not getting a championship without Gerald Green, because he was in that Kevin Garnett trade. And Minnesota was very excited about having him.
That's right. Well, the player coach is going to take a seat, his brother Garland Green, so we'll see if the Triplets can take advantage of not having him on the game.
Yeah, I think that what he's thinking is, let's see if these guys can get it to 40, then I can come in and I can close this thing out. Because what he's been doing, he's carrying the load, and it's not like he can rest on defense. There's only 3 guys out here. You got to work.
Oh, that's the thing with the BIG3. It just doesn't stop. The mental engagement, physical as well. You don't have time to jog up the floor as G misfires. Jeremy Pargo just going to keep trying. He's been off today, and a hard foul on Brewer. Well, we've got Lisa Leslie mic'd up today, the Hall of Famer. Brewer at the line for Bivouac.
I could have done bring the fire, but we're too tired for that.
Saving to bring the fire.
Do you think this would have been a time to do it?
Yeah, I mean,
Portland.
Brewer's not, a phenomenal offensive player.
Come on, Jeremy.
And big 3 right there in the corner.
Let's go, Jeremy. We were all right. Here we go, Red. Good shot.
How long could Gerald Green sit on the bench?
Step up. Come on, Ryan.
Oh, big shot.
3 threes today for Ayers. Normally not a part of his repertoire, but he gets Bivouac the lead, 37-34. The Triplets playing with 4 players without Joe Johnson, trying to come back against winless Bivouac, but Bivouac under their player coach doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. Ayers is hitting big shots from the top of the key. Can Bivouac get the win? Find out next.
First to 50 wins, Bivouac leading 37-34. Time now to take a look at the BIG3 Heat Vision powered by Microsoft.
I really love this. Joe Green shot throughout the year. Just let this thing roll. Bang, 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 bang. Lots of green all over the court. Some inside, some outside. 68 total points. Lots to look at, but here's what I really like. All the makes are straight on. He misses a little bit to the right. I love that heat vision. Gerald Green will find that out. He can make adjustments on that. And here is Gerald Green. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the poetry in motion here. The shot is so smooth. He's not bothered by the hand. He elevates out of space. Sometimes it's so quick that you can't even get there. Here he is. After his brother blocks it, shows you a little bit of hops. Former dunk champion. And I hope they show that we had earlier, those baseline jumpers. Now, on the bench right now, he's understanding the BIG3. It's 37-34. Can the Bivouacs get him to 40, 41, 42, so he can come in and close this thing out? And
be as fresh as possible, get that much needed first win.
Yeah, and the 250 plus 250 money line. I'm telling you, there's no way minus 8.5 should have been right. Sometimes there's a flaw in the system.
Jeremy Pargo knocks down another three. He had struggled to start this game, now looking good.
With this group, just switch it. You know, like, at least you're not giving up a lob or a wide open three.
Brewer elevates, can't get it off glass.
Like, just switch the screen. There.
Pargo takes the handoff, was looking at Hollins, but gets the floater.
They're just gonna run this to death right here. And Gerald Green inching to get back in. They want to talk it over.
And it looks like Gerald Green, the player coach today, is going to be checking back in. His team down 39-37.
Yeah, right here, two guys go because they're worried about the Hollins dunk. Pargo gets wide open for three. Same thing, look at Ayers fighting back to get back to Hollins. Wide open floater for Pargo. Too good, and you know, give Lisa Leslie a ton of credit for making that adjustment.
Well, Hollins has put on a show today with his dunks, in the absence of Joe Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's worried about the Pargo brothers on the pick and roll. Ryan's doing a good job of creating some contact, getting out fast. Watch the screens, watch how quick he gets off the ground, plays above the rim. Hollins has been excellent for Triplets today.
Is he the reason that things are opening him up for Jeremy Pargo?
For sure.
He's got 12 points, 4 rebounds, 6 for 7 shooting. That's bound to happen when your head is above the rim, basically.
Yeah, the only one he missed was that jump hook where he said Brewer fouled him anyway.
But it has been great. And credit to Lisa Leslie for this adjustment without the two-time MVP and Joe Johnson. This is a Triplets team coming off their first loss of this season last week against the Ball Hogs as Green almost gets the and one.
All right, it's a big free throw for Joe Green. Oh, they want to bring the fire. Oh, he asked it. And Lisa Leslie's gonna bring the fire. Yes.
Our first bring the fire. You see a smile on the Hall of Famer's face.
Look at it, she loves it. Not only she sets the tone, but she dances to the Bring the Fire music. I love it.
So it'll be Gerald Green and Jeremy Pargo. Green pulls up and hits.
Gerald Green should do a dance right now. I mean, Sloan, look how high he gets. Look at this elevation. Ah, you ain't getting to that shot. No way.
What do? You can't get close enough even to get a hand in his face because he'll just take you to the rack.
He is so skilled, and he doesn't have to play physical. A lot of guys on the Bring the Fire, they go into the back down. That's one dribble, pull up at the elbow. Good night.
I mean, Jeremy Pargo is a fantastic player, but do you ever want to bring the fire when it's in Gerald Green's hands?
I wouldn't. I mean, if I had G, if it was G, I might do it. Not against the guys who are a little bit smaller.
Jeremy Pargo falling away is short. Hollins skying for that board.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you're going to pay for that. Oh.
Right there, not there. And Green knocks down the three with confidence.
It's when they talk about make-miss, that's make-miss. Pargo had a wide open shot, missed it. Green stuck it.
Hollins slipping the screen. It is G, full head of steam.
It's going to come down to, can Gerald Green put this team on his back and lead Bivouac to the first win, or will Triplets go away with 2 losses in a row?
They absolutely do not want to fall to 0-4 this season. It's going to be a tough road ahead if they do. Here's Ayers, who has 3 threes today. Not that time. Hollins posting up against Garland Green, giving him a good fight. G rising and gets the finish.
G is tough, man, on this finish. Elevating, getting contact, moving big bodies at the rim and finishing strong.
He's just been a great addition this season. He's got 11 points coming off a 12-point game in week 3. But Green with it now, finds Ayers, and he'll draw the foul. Well, the last time Bivouac won, it has unfortunately been too long. They were winless last year. Their last win, you have to go back to 2019 because of that canceled 2020 season. August 25th, 2019 against 3's company. That's 9 straight losses they're sitting on.
Man, 2019, that's a long time ago. I've done a lot since 2019.
Not necessarily their fault because of that canceled season, but yeah,
but last year was their fault.
Last year. Yeah. It was a tough one for sure. They got a new head coach in Gary Payton who isn't present this year. It had been Reggie Fius. But an opportunity here with Bivouac leading by 1. Jeremy Pargo. And now Brewer with it. Ayers.
Oh my goodness.
Hollins for a offensive foul.
Sloan, please inform me. How did that ball not touch Gerald Green's hands? I'm just asking. Can you please explain to me? You can't bring the fire on that.
I mean, that's
how does Gerald Green not get this ball?
It's textbook shoulder down late in a game, and you do have a point.
At least a touch.
Triplets with it now. Hollins misses at the rim. He had been 6 for 7 today. It is Green. And G, he has been huge today.
G loves the corners. Those corner threes are money. 46-44. Gerald Green's got to get a bucket right here.
He's got it against G. Threads the needle to Ayers for the slam.
Very good job by Gerald Green. Came off, just read the defense. 2 on him. Gave it up. Ayers with the dunk.
13 points for Ayers. 3 threes today. Ayers hedging out on that screen. It'll be Pargo for 4, way off. So that means Gerald Green can go right back up with it. You really have to be thinking about your shot selection late in games, because if you have a wild shot like that, that's basically giving up those 2 points.
You can't take that. Not in a tie game. That's hero basketball.
Pargo in 4-point territory, splits the screen, and that goes off back iron.
Oh, the leaner. Nope. All right, here it is. They got the Rocky music here.
Point game for Bivouac, looking for their first win since 2019. First of 50 wins, must win by 2. So a huge possession here for Bivouac, who can end it right here and walk out of here with a J.
Look at that, 8.5-point favorites. And the money line, I told you guys, Bivouac's gonna win this game today. Put him away, 14. Give him that bucket, G. Green.
1 bucket ends it. Almost a turnover. Green, patience. And Triplets have it. It's point game for them too, technically, if they knock down a 4-point bucket, which Pargo had his tipped.
Oh, that's a foul.
Green and Hollins ending up on the floor.
Loose ball foul. So even though the Bivouac is in the bonus, the first foul is like a take foul. You go sideline. If there was another foul, shooting or non-shooting, that will be free throws. Oh, Lisa Leslie gonna talk this over. Give Bivouacs a chance to design a play.
Gerald and Garland Green have been magnificent. The brothers teaming up in the 2nd straight week and doing good things for Bivouac.
Yeah, all week long, you know, they're talking about this is the week we're gonna get it done. This is what we gotta do. And really, a lot of hustle plays by Garland Green. A lot of fantastic, beautiful jump shots by Gerald. There's that block. That brother capped it off with the jam. They've been great all game. But it's all for nothing. They can't get this bucket right here. And, you know, a part of me, not only do I'm rooting to be right, also remember that I like parity. I think it's good if the Bivouacs can get a win and keep the league kind of wide open.
Especially with the Triplets being that title expectation type of squad. They were #1 last year, 2-1 this season, coming off their first loss. And you can see how the brothers, each pair, is doing, making an impact on this game. Gennaro Pargo, pretty much the only one left out of the brother party today.
Yeah, a couple side steps. Sidestep threes. All right, let's see what they come up with here.
Kind of the right-hand man to Lisa Leslie, too, with his coaching experience.
For sure. I'm thinking Gerald Green looping up, going to get a chance to get to his left hand.
Bivouac again can end it here.
You got to get a catch, Gerald.
It's with Brewer. He's looking for Green. Green can't get it to fall, and a foul on the rebound.
Only the fourth. All right, here it is. Shot goes up. A lot of body. Good job. Blanco G did a great job blocking out.
Ball's coming in on the side.
Lisa Leslie just called a timeout for the Triplets, and let's listen in.
Play good defense.
Left rush back action. Back action. So I got you, go. I got you. Left rush back action.
So we're here. Five. One pops out. When you step back in, you guys are there, right? You got the three there, or you got the three here when you inbound. You understand what I'm saying? He pops out, Ryan, you got a screen. He steps in for the three. If you don't have it, you off-ball screen and come off.
Has only a -9-point differential despite them being winless this season. 3 losses within 3 points this season, and can they finally walk out with their first win since 2019? They were winless last year, trying to make a new start in 2022. It's been close, but still 1 bucket away. First to 50 wins. Jeremy Pargo deep in the paint.
Oh my gosh.
Pargo for 4. That could have ended it. And we play on.
That was a fantastic play. Everything going downhill. Ryan Hollins going. Bivouac getting sucked in. Pargo online for 4. That would have been devastating for Bivouacs and my money lines.
0 for 1 this season from 4-point range is Gennaro. 8 on the shot clock for Green. A hard screen. Brewer. Still no, and Bivouac is still waiting on this potential win.
Oh no, another one.
Jeremy Pargo, he could have ended it there.
These are way too close. Come on, G, get this win right here.
They have been close on a number of possessions. It just hasn't fallen.
Be that alpha.
Great defense going down right now.
No, they could definitely get G in here, right here.
G is going to sub in.
Yeah, you got to get Pargo out of the game.
For
they know it. They roll with Hollins. Wow.
Players out there.
Pargo, he waved him off. Pargo cannot give up a bucket. This is Gennaro. He cannot get up this bucket.
Brewer from the free throw line, and that's it. Bivouac gets their first win of the season. 50-46 is the final. Brewer finishes with 10 points, including the game-winning basket, and it is their first win since August 25th, 2019. Brewer even took some contact on that shot, but even though they missed a couple of tries sitting at 48, they're able to walk out with a victory for the first time this season. Let's throw it down to Scal, who's with Gerald Green.
Gerald Green got the win finally. Man, that last possession took a while to get that thing done.
It did, man. We were struggling at the end of the bar, but no, actually, we did okay, man. That's a good team. They've proven. I think they're champions last year, so I'm just glad we were able to get our first win.
So I want to ask you, you went to the bench just to get a little bit of a breather, and then you went in to close that thing out?
Yep. I just need a quick little breather to give myself. I feel like I was taking some crazy shots. Just need a little breather so I can finish the game off. Like I said, we're glad we got the win.
You guys look good today. Good luck next week.
Man, appreciate it, Scott. Appreciate it, man.
All right, so I'll send it back to you.
Oh, Bivouac comes out on top, 50-46. Here's a look at our final stats. Rebounds about even, those three-point field goals even as well. You see Bivouac with 12 assists on 19 buckets, and they are 1-3 this season. We still have plenty more Big 3 action coming your way, but a fantastic start to week 4. How many slam dunks were there? It'll be hard to top, but more coming up in the Big 3.
Six, seven.
The Big 3 back in the Lone Star State for Week 4. Our second matchup features the Ghost Ballers versus Killer 3's as teams seek to find momentum to carry them into the second half. Welcome back to Comerica Center in Frisco, Texas. Sloan Martin, Brian Scalabrine along with you. And in this matchup, what we first just saw, I should mention, the Triplets drop one to Bivouac for their first win of the season. But I think in this matchup between these two squads, maybe the hardest working teams in the Big Three.
Yeah, they're entertaining teams, but here's the deal. Ghost Ballers blew a game last week. The Killer 3's, what they need to do is get on track. They have championship aspirations. They have a good team, but they're 1-2. It's going to be two teams really battling it out to see, like, we're starting to look into playoff implications this week.
I'll start with Mike Taylor of the Ghost Ballers. Speaking of hardworking, it's hard to find someone as energetic, bouncy as him. He's got back-to-back 19-point games.
Yeah, not only that, but he has an absolute blast when he's out there. Like, what would you call that, Sloan? Like, what was that dance move right there? The two-step shuffle?
I like that.
Two-step shimmy? Yeah, no question.
Having a great season, almost 19 points per game, almost 2 steals per game, too. And maybe the only other player can match his hustle and hard work would be Franklin Session of the Killer 3's for this team. That's 1-2 this season, his second season as captain, and he's having a great year. He is first in rebounds per game as a 6'2 guard and also first in assists per game.
Well, he crashes every possession. He plays with a ton of energy. He can post you up. So yeah, you got two highly energetic guys, love basketball, love competing, and we're gonna see that today.
You really do see the joy when both of them play, the journey getting here to the Big Three. Our team roster is presented by PNC Bank. Of course, we have Ricky Davis. He is an OG, really, of the Big Three.
I think he's still the all-time leading scorer of the Big Three. And one guy I really like for the Ghost Ballers, Darnell Jackson. I think he's underrated, makes winning plays, always down the stretch. He's always going to make a big shot, and he's a competitor.
And then you see George Gervin, the Iceman, his 5th season with the Ghost Ballers, has his team in 3rd place in the standings right now. You see his credentials, his name just speaks for himself. And another one whose reputation precedes them is none other than Charles Oakley, the head coach of the Killer 3's, a 19-year NBA veteran, just personified toughness and hard work, and I think you do see that reflected in the Killer 3's.
You know where I see it reflected? When I'm up at 6:30 in the morning in the weight room and Oak is in there full drenched sweat.
Wow.
Every morning. He's one of those guys where I try to beat him to the weight room. I'm not going to beat him to the weight room.
Not surprised by that at all. Look at these betting odds.
So Ghost Ballers really struggled to close out Trilogy. But I feel like Killer 3's have to get this win. I'm picking the underdog again, Killer 3's, not the money line. Give me the points.
Well, you were right in game number 1 with the underdog Bivouac squad coming out on top. If you're new to the Big Three, first team to 50 wins, must win by 2 points like we saw in our first matchup. Only a 14-second shot clock. We'll see how the free throws play out, different values and distances. You'll see how that goes. And of course, those 3 circles, 4-point shot opportunities. But you're right, Scal, with this Killer 3 team coming off back-to-back losses. They scored a league low, just 38 points in their loss to Tri-State.
They just, right from the start, wasn't a great game plan. I was wondering why they were doing what they were doing. They just didn't have a great game, but I expect them to bounce back this week.
Dante Green. And he'll immediately be fouled.
Go right to the free throw line. So, what do you think of those pink shoes right there? Dante Green with it.
I love it. Are those Under Armour, it looks like?
They are. Pink. Rolling. I don't know if I can get away with that. And what I could get away with, you think I can wear a Frank Nitti jersey? Like just walk around with it on? Ooh, big miss on the free throw. You got to make those free throws.
That should be a highly coveted item.
I agree. It's underrated.
And to be honest, the Killer 3's uniform is just nice. As Chris Johnson goes in for the easy 2.
Today is the dunk of the big man type of day. Good job by Chris Johnson. They go with this big lineup, Chris Johnson, Darnell Jackson. They like the physicality and like the versatility of Chris Johnson.
This is why we're a good team, Scal, because we are both very much post big men admirers as well. And
for sure.
We've been treated to that today.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of well, I like versatility too, inside, outside.
Can't get that three to go, taken by Chris Johnson.
This is a play Darnell Jackson type, the kind of plays that he makes. He's crashing the boards. He gets a loose ball foul. Those add up. Next thing you know, you can be shooting free throws early in this half.
Ghost Ballers up early, 2-0. Ghost Ballers 2-1 this season. They've got a +7 point differential in third place. Beautiful turnaround, doesn't go. And the rebound snared by Dante Green. And he's gonna put up a long two. Chased down by Jackson.
Well, Dante Green wasn't nearly as aggressive as he had to be last week. They really played through Frank Nitti, and they thought that that's the way to go. I thought that he should have been more aggressive in that game. He didn't. They lost the game. He's coming out with a more aggressive mindset.
11 points, 8 rebounds, but of course a low-scoring game for the Killer 3's overall. Powell, that's his game, that long-range two. For the two-time NBA champion. There's Mike Taylor in rhythm and shooting off early between these teams. Concession, get it to fall, not that time. Mike Taylor goes hard, a hard-earned finish by Mike Taylor.
That is a tough bucket. He ended up on the left side of the rim and brought it back with that right hand. Tough, tough bucket.
It's what him and Session have in common. They have smaller frames, they're on the shorter side too, but boy, do they attack the paint hard.
And they can both finish around the rim.
And for that reason, I feel like it's really a treat to see those two match up against each other today as Johnson with his high release gets that to fall.
Yeah, both of us, we don't discriminate against inside play. You could be a guard and give us the inside play. You could be a big. It doesn't matter. We want to see more inside play.
It is the art form of the back to the basket.
For sure. Or even, well, and we'll take a look at that Taylor bucket. Ooh, a nice tough move from Green. Give me a flex. Give me a flex with the pink shoes.
And one opportunity for Green.
Come on, look at this. Oh, I'm just going through to the rim. So I think that, you know what? When you're not here, they shoot more threes. When you're around, we get plays like this.
And I will take it because this is the brand of basketball I like, I just gotta say. Green knocks it down, and it is a 6-3 lead for the Ghost Ballers. You know, Session is gonna be a scrappy defender too. Couldn't even let Taylor get the ball. Session skipping, has the mismatch.
He's got to go quicker. That's not a good position to be in. 3 seconds on the clock.
Gets it off just in time, but Session wanted nothing to do with the three-point attempt.
He should have went to the basket. I mean, giving the guy a post with 3 seconds on the clock is not going to work, but this is going to work. Look at that. Working it, body control, right hand, kiss, and the energy.
He is fun to watch. Taylor patient in the pick and roll. Jackson will shoot one.
I like Darnell Jackson's game.
Jackson, one of multiple Kansas alums in the Big 3. Johnson's got it at the high post. And Session, because that didn't touch anything, he could put that back up and in. Good play by Session. It is Jackson for 3. Session goes to track it down. If you're wondering what Charles Oakley has got to say in game, he's mic'd up for us.
Come on, go on. Go hard, go. Hustle. Come on, where the energy at? Stay down, stay down. By yourself, by yourself. Stay down, by yourself. Good D, good D. Come on. We gotta react. Pick and roll. Get him out.
Oh. Oh.
It is Green for 3 from Session. Powell can't clean up the boards.
Oh.
The reverse. What a play by the Ghost Ballers.
Take the ball out.
You heard Charles Oakley say, where is the energy at some point? It's with the Ghost Ballers right now.
Charles Oakley said, wait a minute. Time out. We can't be giving up this right here. Taylor, Johnson, reverse jam, showtime.
We taking all outside shot. We ain't going to the hole. We not engaged.
Just a beautiful play, and appropriately so, a timeout called by Charles Oakley. He's talking to his squad right now.
I'm trying to take a shot, but take them up. It's early in the game. Let's create stuff going to the rim. Hey, we said timeout. I talk here, y'all talk there. Okay, y'all got all the time to talk. Now y'all want to talk.
I would not want to be on the receiving end at this moment.
Yeah, I gotta use that one. I talk here, you talk there. I called the timeout. I need that in my repertoire.
Oh gosh.
You know, I coach little kids. I'm gonna use that line.
they could probably use that as Greg
Oh,
Grady.
there you go. Way to go. Oh, Grady, get him fired up. Frank Nitty said, all right, you talk there, I'll play out here.
Charles Oakley called out his team that's being out-rebounded by double.
There you go.
He wanted to see more. Session answers that call. Johnson, beautiful step back.
Man, that was Kevin Durant-like.
He also just releases it so high that when he's fading away a bit, it's untouchable. Session, the alley-oop. There to Dante Green.
And this is what happened in the trilogy game. They kept focusing in on Mike Taylor. Get him in the action, doesn't want to guard. See if Killer 3 sticks with it.
Johnson, long range 2 not there. He's got 8 of his team's points. Green, slow motion Euro, but it still goes.
He like got a little bit of a flat tire right there.
Hopefully he is okay.
Yeah, I hope so.
A bit. Mike Taylor facing down 2 killer 3s and drains it. Now we'll bring it to our first break. The Ghost Ballers leading 12-11.
This is all about Nitty. Goes hard left, elevates, says throw it down. And then Mike Taylor in his bag, steps back, high arcer, no problem. 12-11, Ghost Ballers.
Official Big 3 merch at store.big3.com for league and team apparel, including jerseys, hats, and jackets. Get it all at store.big3.com.
I know what I'm getting. Frank Nitty jersey for my little man.
Of course, we have them here in Frisco, Texas, but I mean, there are some fantastic uniforms in the Big 3, but that Frank Nitty one.
Yeah. You know, my son wears ISO Joe everywhere he goes. And they don't, people think his name is Joe. And they call him ISO Joe. Everywhere he goes. Every camp, at least 3 days a week to school.
He's got to now adopt being ISO Joe.
No, I mean, they just call him, no, now I'm going to get him a Frank Nitty one. They're going to start calling him Frank Nitty.
You know, Session gets it out to Green. Snags the rebound. He leads the Big 3 with 8 rebounds per game and sets up that bucket by Green.
That's a tough shot, keeping it high, back of the rim. See, I think this Killer 3's team is really good. They just haven't played up to what I think their talent should be.
Johnson loses it.
Bring the fire. Come on, bring the fire.
Let's see.
Come on, come on, Oak.
Standing still.
Come on, Oak. Oh, and it's not a shooting foul. Never mind. Can't bring the fire. I thought they were going to give. No, they are calling a shoot. Come on, Oak. Hit that button for me.
He's sitting down. Doesn't look like it. And Johnson knocks down the 2-point free throw to give his team the lead, 14-13. You know what would be even greater about getting your son a Frank Nitty jersey is the history of his nickname. That was Al Capone's right-hand man.
For sure. I'm like the little white kids in the suburbs ain't gonna know that. They're not gonna know that.
And if they do, maybe that sends a message.
Nah, only when we go downtown where you get the street cred.
Session, backdoor, it's Green. Beautifully done.
See, this starts with Sessions being aggressive. His intent to get to the rim will open up things for everybody else. And great cut by Dante Green.
That's what's fun to see in week 4 and beyond as Taylor lines up a 3. Is you see that kind of connection when you know when to cut, when you know where your teammates can find you.
Sometimes it's just playing hard. You know, like all that stuff connects when 2 guys are really going after it. And Johnson can shoot it.
Johnson, 4-3. Boxing out. Chris Johnson underneath. Great box out by Dominique Johnson. Session with Taylor on him, going one-on-one, gets the upper hand and the 2.
So tough. Low crossover, low gather, hard attack off the glass.
How can you stop that when he just gets that low with his dribble as Taylor swings it hard and knocked down by Ricky Davis.
Pretty Ricky. You can count on a bucket from him.
Veterans 2017 in the Big 3, still the captain of the Ghost Ballers. Green wants it. Free throw line. And a quick clear by Taylor. Johnson got the size advantage in the paint. Still, he'll pull up.
Sessions gets every board.
Dante Green, plenty of time, and he takes advantage.
I'll roll with Sessions the way he plays. Pursues the ball, plays with vision. And once again, Green is benefiting from the hard play of Frank Nitty.
I mean, the hustle, the energy, the non-stop that he has, that time makes a very difficult layup for Taylor. Green's got Johnson on him. Gonna back him down. Because of the air ball, finally cleaned up by Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson showing Pretty Ricky how to do it. Enough of that soft stuff. Let me go up and throw this thing down. What are you doing over here?
Green overpowered Johnson.
Man.
My goodness.
Can I get a flex? Can I get a little flex? Like
Maybe
one
not.
arm flex?
Maybe he's waiting for the second half.
Maybe.
Chris Johnson, he'll dial up a short 3. Session feels like he is indefatigable, and he gets the and one.
Man, this is in his bag right here. This is like pulling out the car keys. There's the wallet. And there's a French fry and a tater tot in there as well. Man, he was deep, deep in that bag.
I don't think this is revelatory in any way, Scal, but of course we talk about Joe Johnson, we talk about Gerald Green as we're gonna bring the fire, maybe not. No, not right here. But I think Frank Session needs to be in the MVP conversation.
Well, they gotta win. You like to throw out all the good players. You know, part of the MVP is winning. You know that, right?
That is very true.
So I know
they're 1 and 2. They have a positive point differential.
I know.
So a lot of times,
good.
especially in a short season, you're going to have randomness. You're going to have tough breaks. I just mean with his versatility, his way he impacts the game in every single way. And that brings us to halftime after the free throw. The killer threes, another close one here in Frisco. 25-22 is the killer threes on top of the Ghost Bombs. We will come back with the second half here from Comerica Center. The killer threes on top.
Yeah, getting it done. And we're gonna watch some good basketball here in week 4. A lot of dunks. We've got Green, Johnson, and of course, sweet turnaround jumpers.
Come on. Say what? Say what? Say what? So fly, quick to politic with some fly conversation in a natural mood, and I'm a natural, and we some natural food blowing out by the. She like my sexy cool mama, lays on the Bivouac, rockin' Dolce Gabbana with hydro with medical. Sing it. Come on. Who want a shirt? Try to throw it high, try to throw it far. Get closer, closer, closer. Come on. Say what? Good shot, baby. Come on. Come on. One more time. You know what's leather when we ride, wood grain or raw hide. Doing what we do, watch the screens get. Girl, you keep it so with your sweet honey buns. You was there with the money. Come on. You know what's leather when we ride, wood grain or raw hide. Doing what we do, watch the screens get. Girl, you keep it so fly with your sweet honey. You was there with the money gone, you be there with the money. For real now, see it. Shifted higher than the sea. That's right, I see you. I see you. I see you. Come on.
Back in the heart of Texas, the Big 3, Week 4. We're halftime at game number 2. The Killer Threes on top of the Ghost Ballers, 25-22. The fans being treated to a performance by Baby Bash, definitely taking us back to the early 2000s. A great time here at halftime. time, and we will have more Big 3 on Sunday. That'll be on CBS as Week 4 continues with 3 more games. Watch one of the Big 3's hottest players in the league's leading scorer, Kevin Murphy, in action versus the enemies. Then we'll have Trilogy squaring off against the Aliens and the Ball Hogs versus Tri-State. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. Eastern on CBS on Sunday. Still fun to have some Friday night action to kick off the weekend in the Big 3, Week 4 of season number 5. And Frank Session has been fantastic for the Killer 3's. 9 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists on 4 for 5 shooting. He is so tough, going all the way, rising up. He is always a threat to posterize just as much as he is to pass the ball as well, to set up his teammates. In fact, it was only him and Dante Green who scored for the Killer 3's in this first half. So him and Dante Green, a great combination, and Session standing by with Brian Scalabrine.
All right, I'm here with Franklin Session. Now, Oak called a timeout, and the next thing you know, you turn the corner and got that dunk. It feels like you can get anywhere you want on the floor right now. How's it feel out there?
It feels great. It feels great. I mean, I'm used to people dropping back because of my speed, because of my ability to pass, because of my ability to finish. And Oak just been telling me, don't settle. Why settle when I can get anything I want?
Yeah.
So I understand that.
Rebounding the basketball, you seem to get your hands on every single one. You've always been like that?
Always. It's just something that kept me on the court when I wasn't that good offensively. Defending and rebounding the ball and giving it to guys who can score better than I can.
All right, keep it up.
Yes, sir.
I absolutely love that mentality from Frank Session. Of course, he's a 3-time MVP in the famed Los Angeles Drew League, and that's how I stayed on the floor. Let that be a lesson, Scal, to your kids that you coach and to any of the kids watching. He stayed on the floor because he did the dirty work even at his smaller size.
Yeah, boarding, defense. I mean, he's extremely quick and got great body balance. One of the better, probably one of the quicker guys as D-Block hits the big shot. Session, probably one of the better athletes in the Big 3.
Absolutely. You don't often see him sit. Going up against McDaniel, loses it, and Dominic Johnson is fouled.
Sessions obviously leading the first half in rebounds. He's got 7 of them. Did a great job of getting downhill. 3 assists, 4 for 5 from the field.
Bringing the defense as well. I mean, he's also getting the assignment when he's on the floor.
For sure.
Of the toughest offensive player in Mike Taylor. Jermaine Taylor in for the Ghost Ballers.
The intensity just went to another level for the Killer 3's.
Into Jackson, backing down Powell. And a foul will be called. Now that is a physical post matchup to try and stop between those two.
Yeah, there's no way you can stop. Unless you foul Darnell Jackson, you're not stopping him from backing down.
Ricky Davis knocks down the shot, and we've got Charles Oakley mic'd up for us.
Flat. Same flat, Josh.
Like see ISO.
Make me one.
Johnson knocking down the 3.
Yeah, they're going at Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor can guard. If I was Killer 3, I'd try to go at Ricky Davis or Mike Taylor when he's in.
Good D, stay in front, by yourself. Good D, take it up. There you go.
Powell gets it in. You heard how excited Oakley was for that, the defensive stop.
Killer 3's just went to a new level defensively. Ever since that timeout, they've been a new team.
There you go. Good job. Keep coming. Block out, Frank, block out. There you go. Come on. God, we gotta move. See
You know, if Charles Oakley is telling me to try harder,
you would try
it's going to
harder.
be pretty inspiring. Yeah.
Even like Oak's my guy, and he's always the nicest person. It's not like I don't know about 90s basketball. I'm always one step away from him, one arm distance away. I watched those games back in the day. I read his book, Last Enforcer.
Session dives in for 2.
Left, hip shift, elevate, kisses it. Tough.
I mean, just a tough angle to make that shot, but that time Taylor goes right at Session.
Yeah, Taylor, great job, body control once again. He's phenomenal going to his right hand.
As much as we have seen great post play today, seeing these two, Taylor and Session, really is fun. Powell gets the lay.
And great pass by Johnson as well. Got it through the pocket, but led Powell to the rim.
Jackson loses it, he's fouled.
Now, always in the big three, you got to keep track of fouls, because foul trouble or getting into the bonus is a killer for you. Like, you get the free throw and you get the ball back, so you have to. You can't just take fouls.
Just because you think they're not technically assigned to a specific person, even though that's obviously recorded and could come back to hurt you, you think, well.
I mean, this penalty is so severe.
Yes.
You know, in other leagues, a free throw will lead to just, 2 points at the worst, and then you get the ball back. In this league, you can go on an 8-0 run if you keep getting fouled.
Powell off the pick and roll, extra pass to Dominique Johnson, and I heard that slap from here. Powell felt it too, and he'll shoot a 2-point free throw.
That was great ball movement, inside, out, extra. Johnson decks the ball, draws another one. Very good job. I love the way the Killer Threes are playing. This is
unselfish too.
Yeah, when I saw them in week 1, this is what I thought they were going to be. And last week, like a real letdown, but they seemed to bounce back after that first 2 or 3 minutes.
Killer Threes leading 38-30, and Killer Threes playing very well right now.
Yeah, getting it done. Like, they are talented, they're big, they can shoot, they rebound, they do it all, and that's why they have championship aspirations.
Killer Threes leading 38-30 here in the second half. Trying to find some separation as the Killer Threes find themselves at 1-2 this season. Still with a positive point differential, but they have back-to-back losses. But they have looked in lockstep today.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just how hard they've been playing. The first 3 minutes went by, we mic'd up Oak. Oak was upset. He called timeout, and they went to a new level. And they're contesting every shot. They rebound. Offensively, they're moving it. They're attacking. Like, this is everything you want in a basketball team.
Powell so good from the mid-range, knocks it down along the baseline. Johnson with it. Taylor pulls up over Green. Beautifully done.
Yeah, it's one way or another, you have to keep him away from his right hand. That time, very good run out screen. He got away. Him going to his right hand, he's like 80% from the field. You got to stop that, get him getting to his right.
Dominic Johnson throws it to Green, who plows through. He's fouled by Johnson.
Oh, side out. I love this. So Green straight downhill, not going around people. When guys aren't square to you, you go through them. And that's what Dante Green did on that play.
Green, he'll pull up this time. And Taylor misfires on the 3. Let's check in with Charles Oakley here in the second half.
Don't play that side. Open up and come on. Open up, keep going. Get back. Swing. Lock out. That's why you want to work. That's all right. Nope, that's not the shot. Hit me this way. Oh, there we go. He jumped on my back. He jumped on my back.
They can challenge it. They could challenge.
Challenge.
All right, Oak's going to challenge this. So here we go. Green's up. He thinks he's about to grab it. Oh, I don't know. I might need a different angle than that. I mean, obviously, Johnson hit it. It's just the question is, see how he almost grabbed it, bringing it to the middle of his body, even if he couldn't control it. Oh, here we go. This is the angle I'm going to need. Yeah, that's going to be Ghost Baller's ball.
As it was originally called.
Yeah.
The side angle definitely provides the better view there, because you wonder, did Green touch it again as he tried to bring it into his body, as you talked about? And I don't think he did.
Wait, I'm sorry? I think he did.
Oh, you do think so?
I think Johnson hit it, but as Green moved it right there.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
Floor stands, white ball coming in.
Yeah, I thought it was white ball.
They lose their challenge.
Well, challenge used by the Killer 3's. And it is Ghost Baller possession. The call will stand, and it is getting late here for the Ghost Ballers to try and mount a comeback. Remember, first to 50 wins, you must win by 2 in Fireball 3. Darnell Jackson attacks. Dominic Johnson. As Chris Johnson on him, leaves it short. And a good box out by Johnson.
This is a big shot.
Jermaine Taylor knocks down the 3.
Huge shot. Jermaine Taylor did a good job of sprinting behind that line. That's sort of transition offense in the Big 3.
Jermaine Taylor just is a great story, too. His last really healthy season was 2018 after he was injured. It's great to see him out there and contributing to the Ghost Ballers.
I drafted him. I told him he was going to be my best player on my team. And he popped his Achilles like 3 plays in to the very first game.
And that's why it's great to see him back after that injury. Big 3-pointer. The Killer 3's getting closer and closer to trying to even up their record at 500 this season. Jermaine Taylor leaves it for Jackson. Great box out by Green.
Yeah, you know what, he battled on that. Like, he did everything right but secure it, and it's amazing. You really feel when Sessions is not in the game. It's like rebound here, rebound there. It's almost like he gets every one of those 50-50 balls.
And he is now subbed in. And that's what the Killer 3's need to try and close out this game. Chris Johnson is fouled. And he'll shoot a 2-point free throw.
So I always talk about fouls in the Big 3, and they really come into play in the second half. Both teams with 3 fouls.
And Charles Oakley is going to bring the fire here.
This is a great bring the fire. Big men usually don't do well when it comes to bringing the fire. They should throw it into the post. top of the key. Give me a break.
Well, there is no more 2-dribble minimum.
Nope.
You still have to be inside the three-point line, but that is new this week. No more 2-dribble minimum.
And you can't just back a guy down for more than 3 seconds.
Exactly right. So the players involved in that foul, it'll be Johnson and Dante Green. Each coach gets 1 per half. Chris Johnson's going to pull up the long range. Our second offensive bring the fire.
We usually get the defensive battle. This time, look at the skill level. Stepped in, stepped back. Hezzy, elevate, too late.
That was smooth. You doubted, of all people.
Yeah, I thought. No, of course, from the perimeter. No, Chris Johnson's like a 3-man who happens to be 7 foot tall.
He's got 14 points.
Dante Green getting a lot of good looks. Man, Sessions is a beast.
He is everywhere. He has his fingerprints on every possession. He is on the floor. Sessions going every which direction.
Oh my goodness.
Everything. Johnson puts it right back up.
What am I watching here? Did he really do that? Elevate from one side, reverse dunk on the other? So talented.
A 9-2 run right now. It's all of a sudden a 3-point game. The killer 3's needed that basket badly by Green as they inch closer to 50. Green up to 20 with that basket. Chris Johnson, what a finish.
How smooth is he, huh? He's got game.
The way he just sneaked in his hand. Highly skilled stuff as Green followed his own shot, knew that wasn't going. Jermaine Taylor stuck in the air. And he is fouled, shooting a 3, so he will take a 3 throw.
All right, watch this play. On one side of the basket, elevate. Let me just reverse jam it like that. Then, here's what you were talking about, going left. The English pulls that ball right to the rim.
The free throw from 3-point range does not go. One more try. Taylor off his last couple shots. It upsetting himself.
And Mike Taylor must be hurt because that's a big shot for Powell. Nailed it. Because he's not coming back, and he's a competitor. You would think that he'd be out here. Oh, wait. He is going to come back. Can't sub right now, but.
You just hope it's not too late for the Ghost Ballers as Johnson knocks down the 4-pointer. That's his second this season.
Killer 3's, they got to figure out what they're going to do. Ghost Ballers and Chris Johnson have been dominating this last 2 minutes.
Timeout called by George Gervin with things going well for the Ghost Ballers.
Look at that shot, just stepped right into it. We got the reverse dunk. We got the layup on the other side of the rim. We've seen the step back. He wanted to bring the fire, and now he hit a 4-point shot, and now we have a 1-point ball game.
Well, Chris Johnson has 22 points, and we can take a look at the Heat Vision presented by Microsoft on how he's been shooting today.
Yeah, Chris Johnson, he gives you everything. That's why I say he's a tall guy, but not a big man. A little inside, got the 4-pointer, got some work on the inside. Got a lot of red out there as well, but he's making it happen. And really what's more important is the last 2 minutes he's dominated. That's what you have to do in the BIG3. Closing in on that 50 points.
Mike Taylor out here as Session drives hard, and he is fouled. This could extend their lead, yes.
Big free throw. You missed one early in the game. You have to make these.
You know he is a competitor, wants to get his team to 2-2. That's a good way to help. It is point game for the Killer 3's. Their next bucket will win. Session whistled as Taylor handling the ball.
All right, so every foul from here on out is free throws and the ball back. So now Killer 3's, who have played extremely hard and physical defensively, now has to kind of maybe tone it back just a little bit in the most precious time of the game.
Johnson against Green, rises up, doesn't get the bounce. Killer 3's point game. Sessions. Green flying in, and it's a shot clock violation. Absolutely what you do not want at this point.
Yeah, you gotta go quicker. That's a bucket, that's ball game if he goes 2 seconds earlier. I'm not talking about Green, I'm talking about Sessions on that play.
That keeps it alive for the Ghost Ballers. Johnson was right at the rim, can't get it to go off glass. And
right here.
Session.
Go quick, go quick.
Off the pick and roll, it is Session from the free throw line, no. Back-to-back games, it's been difficult for the team on top to climb back as the Ghost Ballers make this a one-point game, and it's point game for them too.
I gotta get the ball to Dante Green. Dante Green is the guy, one of the best players in this league. He's gotta win it for me right here.
Chris Johnson has had some marvelous finishes today, several reverses. Green. And Session skying for that ball. It lands with Johnson. The flyby, no. And Session throws it away.
That's not a foul? That's not a foul? That's gotta be a foul. All right, let's take a look. Contact in the air, or did he wait till he hit the ground? That's how you look at it. He's in the air, he's in the air. Probably a foul.
Well, Ghost Ballers and head coach George Gervin will call a timeout. The Killer 3's can win on their next buckets, but the Ghost Ballers still very much in this. Chris Johnson has been extraordinary today. 20 points, getting his team back in it.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start, but man, lately, and since the Bring the Fire, we'll probably do these in order. There he is on the miss, that goes up, reverse dunks it. Had a couple great finishes earlier. Here he is off the bounce, crossover, sweet layup with the English off the glass. Walks into his four-pointer, sticks it. It's almost like the Bring the Fire got him going.
And that could be some reason. It wasn't called at that point, obviously, by his coach, but that could be also why you want to be involved in a Bring the Fire, why a coach might bring it too.
Sure, absolutely. If you get a bucket, why would your confidence go up?
Killer 3's leading 48-47. Johnson, 20.6 rebounds today. As we talked about him keying their comeback, they'll take it out.
They're going to loop and look for Mike Taylor to get to his right hand.
Taylor setting a screen, gets it from Jackson.
Can't let him get to his right.
Johnson gets it to fall, and the game continues.
Now, Killer 3's doesn't have, if they go for three, that would be a win. But going for two just keeps this thing alive. Charles Oakley asking the scorer's table. I think he's going to look to call a timeout.
Well, let's listen in on his huddle. Is his team trailing now by 1, 49-48.
It's our ball. Let's go. I got timeout. Let's go. Yeah, I can talk to him later. Come on, it's get a see. I got grown up. That's all timeout. Y'all talk later. Sit down then. You right here. You gonna set the pick. You wanna go? You right here, right? You gonna run up here. Can you come off this way? Right? I'm going right. I'm gonna come up right. Can you come this way? So I want you to come up. I want you over here with the ball, right? No, I did. No. You right here with the ball. Give it to Frank. Tell him to pick him over Frank. You come here.
I'm right here.
This, you got the ball. You go in with the ball. Give it to Frank. Run through the route. I want you to put the three. All right, come on.
Well, we clearly know what they're going for. Bring Johnson in, and Johnson's going for the three. And by the way, he got D-block on him, so that could be a mismatch.
Take your time. Come on, wait.
Session attacking. Taylor leaves it for Green. Hangs in the air and one.
Can't bring the fire on this. We've seen this so many times. Session on the drive, Green on the cut. That's a catch, and that is a finish. And we are looking at a free throw for the ball game.
A free throw for the ball game. Dante Green has been, he's an imposing presence on the court.
Big time. No, he is as complete of a player as you can get. Strong inside, outside, post-game rebounds. He's tough. Now he has a chance to put this game away.
Must win by 2. And Green puts the game away. Does the shush motion and the killer threes. Even up their record at 2-2 and a 2-game losing streak. What a finish. Both of these games today going down to the wire. Here's a look at that last basket. Session to Green. What a difficult finish that is by Green, how he held himself in the air. He is drifting while in the air to the opposite side of the basket, connects and finishes through the contact. And Brian Scalabrine is standing by with the winning head coach, Charles Oakley.
All right, I'm here with Charles Oakley now. You call a timeout early, you laid into your guys, and they went up 5 notches. Did you feel like you guys were running in mud a little bit?
We got on what we our game plan. When we got stagnant, we started shooting the threes. We got up 8. We'll keep going down here. So they got us back into it. Like I said, anything can happen in the game. So I'm glad we got the 3-point play to win it.
Now, yeah, at the end of the game, you were drawing up a 3, but Sessions had the matchup. When he's getting downhill, and I talked to him at halftime, you love it when he's attacking the basket.
Well, I'm trying to let him play his game, but sometimes it's 3-on-3. You can't dribble for so long. And, yeah, he got us in some good plays, but like I said, know what's the time on the shot clock. So we got away with it. We just got to be more smarter next game.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Phone, send it back to you.
Look at the final stats from this 52-49. You see a lot of evenness on both sides. It went down to the wire. Chris Johnson, 26 points, a double-double on the other side. We have one more game to go tonight at Comerica Center, but this one taken by the Killer Threes. High-flying, high-effort here in Frisco.
Co-captain for Killer 366 from the University of Kansas, number 4, Brandon Rush. And 6'2" out of the University of Kansas, the captain for the Reed Company, number 6, Mario. To win a title in the NBA, WNBA, and NBA D-League. He is
center, slow mark Brian Scalabrine along with you, and Michael Beasley, they need him on the floor.
Well, here's the thing. When he's not aggressive, it's hard for 3's company to win, but he can have an incredible second half, incredible spurts, 20 points in a half. He is capable of doing that by himself. So it'll be interesting what Michael Beasley we get today.
And he had a fantastic game in week 3, 26 points, and corrected in the second half. He struggled to shoot in the first, and he improved in that second. Well, the Power are led by a couple of draft picks, which is a little surprising. You have Glenn Rice Jr. and TJ Klein, both with basketball pedigrees. They are the sons of greats, but it is TJ Klein that has really taken his game to a whole nother level.
Well, you know, the thing about him, he plays off of his teammates so well. He's a very efficient shooter, can knock down shots. And you take a look at TJ Klein and look at some of these shots. Second round draft pick, 15th overall. Obviously son of Nancy Lieberman, and he had that first game-winning 3 against Tri-State.
And his last game was unbelievable with 17 points, 15 rebounds. That is the most by any player this season. He had 3 three-pointers as well. And of course, he is a coach's kid, but not the kid of any coach. He is the son of an all-time great in Nancy Lieberman, the 2018 Big 3 Coach of the Year. She said, if anyone thinks that I just hand-selected my son to be on the team of mine, then you don't know me, because I'm here to win.
Yeah, no question about it. And TJ's been a great addition. I think the surprise is TJ is making high-level shots. What Nancy thought was, hey, TJ's a ball mover, he's a cutter, he plays hard, he rebounds. And then the three-point shooting, which has been a sizzling clip, has been the bonus.
He's been an all-out effort player with the skill to go along with it. On the other side for 3's company, it is Michael Cooper, known for his championship pedigree, a 5-time champion with the Lakers, and then as a coach in the WNBA and the D-League as well. His 4th season as the 3's company head coach. This team 1-2, sitting in 10th place, coming off back-to-back losses. Here are our rosters presented by PNC Bank. The captains, Katino Mobley for Power and Mario Chalmers for 3's company. Nicholas Skidishvili, Royce White, Glenn Rice Jr., TJ Klein, and then Michael Beasley for 3's company. We'll see how he's able to go today. Here, let's look at the betting line.
Man, pretty much a pick 'em. I'm 2 for 2 so far.
You are.
So how about today, I'm gonna go with the big game from Glenn Rice Jr. and Power wins the game.
Today, I learned, Scal, that you are going to be my go-to for gambling questions, advice.
No. Gambling questions, yes. but I don't know about advice. Don't ever listen to people that think they're good gamblers.
Well, here's what I was mentioning earlier with the first half and second half difference for Michael Beasley, 0 for 8 to 7 for 8.
Well, I mean, and 2 of those were 4-pointers. When Michael Beasley just hoops, the guy is unstoppable. He could get downhill, he could make plays, but I felt like he kind of held that ball an extra tick too long in that first half and just let it happen in the second half.
Big 3, first to 50 wins. You must win by 2. We've had 2 games that have gone down to the wire, down to those final game-winning shots, final possession. 14-second shot clock. We also saw a 3-throw in the previous game, too. You'll see how that works out, the different point values and distance for free throws. And then, of course, those circles you see on the court are for 4-point baskets, of which I believe today, Brian, one
4-pointer, yeah, it was Johnson. Stepped right into it. I feel like another thing last week, I feel like Katino Mobley, you always mention him, one of the originators of the Big 3, and I felt like his shot started looking better last week than it had in the previous weeks.
Well, it's interesting to watch Mobley. He's always been so consistent, even last year at age 45, averaging almost 14 points per game this season. He's down to 4.
Yeah, struggled really in the first 2 weeks, but gets to his spots, and now he doesn't have to do as much. Glenn Rice Jr., TJ Klein, Royce White, one of the better passers in the Big 3.
3's company has it to start, and Beasley indeed giving it a go. Doesn't hit his first basket, but Wright tries to clean it up.
Here's my guy today.
Lots of contact, and he will shoot a 2-point free throw.
Yeah, to me, for Power to be great, not just good, I'm talking great, Glenn Rice Jr. has to have a really good game. Like, he has to be upwards of 20 points.
Last year, or I should say last week, was maybe his toughest game. 6 points, 9 rebounds.
Yeah, just really struggled. But before that, you watch him play, and he's so smooth out there.
Oh, he is explosive. He can put up shots, put up points in a hurry.
He's got, like, you know, like I was teammates with Paul Pierce. He plays real smooth like that.
Almost stolen by Rice. Instead, it is Wright who finishes on the reverse.
Nice pass by Beasley, putting it where the defense isn't. And Wright goes to the other side of the rim with a cool finish.
Mobley, the captain. Drops it into White. And a turnover.
All right, here's Beasley on the pick and roll. There's a little drop off. Other side of the rim, a little English on the ball. Nice play.
And like this 3's company representing most of the Big 12, as that is knocked down by a former Jayhawk and Mario Chalmers.
Yeah, Chalmers is another guy, you know, he always makes big shots. He might have to do a little bit more today to get his team the win.
Because we are still learning what percentage Beasley is at this point. He is still one of the greatest players in the Big 3, but where is he at after that apparent injury last week?
Well, let's go back to the Chalmers bucket. Comes into the pitcher, steps into it, quick snap of the wrist. Seen that before.
And how many times has he practiced that shot, just catching the ball, turning and shooting just that easy?
Michael Beasley with a technical now. He's hurt you. Dude, you cannot get another technical. I don't know why he got a technical. I think it was disputing a sideline baseline out of bounds.
Or could have been saying the wrong thing.
No, I mean, of course. I mean, of course he said the wrong thing while arguing. It wasn't like he got fouled or anything like that. While arguing for the baseline out of bounds.
It'll be Mobley shooting the free throw.
Red ball coming in.
What's remarkable about Mobley, too, is that even on early game days, when I walked into the arena today, he was already drenched in sweat. He had been having a full workout to get his body ready. He will do that as early as 8 o'clock in the morning for a 2 p.m. game, too. So seriously, he takes keeping his body in great condition to be able to compete.
Yeah, when you're old, you got to do that. You know that, right? You can't just walk in like the young guys.
Well, he certainly puts the time in as Wright gets that over the outstretched arm of the defender.
Good start for Wright.
It's 3's company leading 7-4. Both teams 1 and 2, but 3's company, actually both teams have dropped 2 straight after winning in week 1. Chalmers can't knock down a second 3. White with power will finish.
Yeah, good job by Glenn Rice Jr. when he got that ball quickly inside to White for the layup.
Chalmers had that knocked away by Mobley. Just a 1-point game after that last basket. Chalmers set himself up perfectly in rhythm, but apparently a miscue on the inbound, so they'll do that over again.
Yeah, it was weird. They called white ball, but then all of a sudden Orange took it out and Chalmers shot a 3.
Mobley fouled when he's in the post, something he is known for at the guard position.
Side.
It'll be power ball again.
3 fouls already for 3's company.
And it's early. Mobley posting up against Chalmers. Off the mark there, and Beasley fouled.
Beasley got hammered across the head. This would be a legit flagrant. Look at this. There it is. He goes up. Look at that hit. Oh, my gosh.
That is maybe one where you question, was he making a play on the ball because there was such a difference in where the ball was?
I mean, yes and no, right? I mean, the ball was up, but anytime you clock a guy across the head, you know, you got, I mean, look at Beasley. He's really shook up.
It feels like he can barely keep his eyes open for this two-point free throw. But still locks it down, that muscle memory. Really good for these guys.
Probably could do it with his eyes closed.
Rice Jr., the crossover, can't get the finish. Upset at himself for that. And Beasley will shoot it right in front of him, just rims out. Klein into the game. No surprise he grabs the board after nabbing 15 in week 3, although they did lose to the three-headed monsters. Excuse me, that was 3's company that lost. It was Power losing to the enemies.
Man, Glenn Rice is missing a lot of bunnies. There he finally said, forget this.
And he gets the and one. He'll have the free throw coming up. See where the contact happened. There was plenty of it.
Yeah, I thought Glenn Rice needed to have a great game for Power to win. I mean, I like his aggressiveness, just the ball keeps rolling out on him.
He is a do-it-all kind of player, averaging over 15 points per game, tied for 3rd with 7.7 rebounds per game, too. In his first season in the Big 3, that top pick of the 2022 draft to Nancy Lieberman. Rush, long 2, another board for Rice. Great look between Rice and Klein. So much synergy between the rookies.
Klein always cutting to the basket.
You know that being Nancy Lieberman's son, he is going to know spacing. He is going to know where to go as Chalmers is fouled.
Yeah, so when you play in the Big 3 and everyone likes to switch pick and rolls, exactly what TJ Klein did is what you want to do. You run up so the guy guarding you thinks, I got to get ready for the switch, and then you slip out. And there's really nothing you could do to stop that if you're going against a team that switches pick and rolls.
Chalmers knocks it down. Game tied at 11 here in the first half. Game number 3, week 4 of the Big 3 season. After this, officially the midway point of the regular season as Rice Jr. goes right at right. Mobley can't clean it up.
Man, Tina Mobley almost had a tip dunk.
Chalmers launches the 4-point shot. Klein looking inside to him. Mobley, good on the block. And that will bring us to our first break in the first half with Power on top.
And here we go, inside battle. Tina Mobley up early in the weight room, making it happen down low. 13-11 Power doing their thing.
Back here in Frisco, Texas, Power on top of 3's Company, 13-11 in the first half. And three-point shooting is not something we've really seen a whole lot of from Power, with the exception of TJ Klein, 5 for 8 this season, but the rest of the team, 15%.
Yeah, I mean, he's shooting them at a high clip, obviously, but the rest of the guys, the Power team has just been an inside team. Glenn Rice Jr. can make threes. He's just not taking them at a consistent rate.
Chalmers driving baseline against Klein, and he'll draw the whistle.
If I'm Power and 3's Company already has 4 fouls, I'm trying to get inside. I'm trying to force these guys to foul me. If I can get into that bonus in the first half, I can be a step ahead and get the ball back. There's some real strategy to where they're at right now.
Beasley checking into the game for Julian Wright. We're still feeling out what we're seeing from Beasley. He left week 3's game with an injury, was helped off the court. It started today, giving it a go. Still feeling his way through things.
It doesn't look like he's wearing tape or ankle braces or anything like that, so maybe he's all right.
Floater.
That was sweet.
Glenn Rice Jr.
He could score it. I mean, he does it a lot of creative ways.
He has just had a great start to his rookie year, already surpassing his scoring from last week, 7.6 rebounds. As Chalmers tries the step back and drains the 3. He was looking for the foul, too.
Yeah, I think they're saying TJ Klein landed in his airspace, and Chalmers ended up landing on his foot.
Inside to Klein. That lob perfectly done, and again, it is Rice and Klein.
Yeah, did a good job of sealing off Chalmers. Quick finish once he got the catch.
Nicholas Skeetishvili new into the game for Power. Rice again was looking for that lob to Klein, but a foul.
You like that combination, right? They're always looking for each other, from the slip to the lob from the top, that time from the sideline.
There just seems to be a lot of unspoken connectedness between.
For sure.
I think that's fun about watching Big 3, especially from our vantage point, is you can notice when, yes, there is that communication, but sometimes all it takes is a glance or your eyes to communicate to your teammates. Skeetishvili is no good. Former number 5 overall pick in 2002 draft. As Beasley leaves it short, but he is fouled.
Yeah, you might want to bring the fire on this one.
No coach. Walking over, though, Lieberman getting an explanation from the refereeing staff.
You get one per half, so.
Nick, be strong.
We do have Nancy Lieberman mic'd up in this game, and she is going to bring the fire. We've seen at least one in every game today, and Lieberman saves it for right now in this first half.
Nick, you've got to start playing strong. You can't just throw that shit up there. Take a power dribble and go up.
Sometimes you just got to get that simple message from coach. Direct, simple.
Do the rules for bringing the fire.
Nancy Lieberman challenges this foul. That's why we're seeing Beasley and Rice Jr. going one-on-one. No more 2-dribble minimum, but you must take the shot inside the 3-point arc as Beasley, the long 2, bounces out, so Rice will get the stop.
Good, bring the fire. Here it is. That's a nice stop. Even though I thought Beasley did a good job of creating some space. Nancy Lieberman, she's pumped up. There you go. What'd she say to Skeetishvili?
To be strong. Not going to repeat any other words she said. Beasley goes up and he is fouled. But Rice also just contested that shot really well. So Beasley at the line as Royce White checks in for Skeetishvili.
When you're at the Big Three and you see the conversation, you got the microphone going, sometimes you just get lost in their conversation.
As I mentioned, Nancy Lieberman mic'd up for us as her team has the ball. Rice Jr., the one-handed slam.
It's a good pass by Royce.
A little muted response from Coach Lieberman. You just come to expect that from our players.
Let's go back, take a look. Little no look, there it is. And Glenn Rice, ooh, maybe a couple steps, a little bobble there. Yeah, Mario Chalmers saying the same thing. He didn't even need to replay.
White orchestrating things, hands it off to Rice. Difficult shot. Rebound taken by Derek Byers and lands in the hands of Rice for two.
From TJ Klein, little returning the favor there.
It is fun to watch those two. Just rookies in the Big Three. And this is only week 4. It just felt like they hit this stride so early on as Beasley. It's a very difficult shot. It's a little bit slow to get out to Klein. White gets it to fall.
That was nice. Little fake pass one way, turn around. Three's Company's going to talk this thing over. That means we can watch some highlights. There's the rebound, one way, the other way, and then the fadeaway.
That was some highly skilled stuff from White. He's in the huddle with Nancy Lieberman.
And get it out quick.
Hey, guys. Okay, you got him. When you got this cat, forget it. Step up and pick and roll.
Okay, go now, go now.
Cat, don't worry about it. Cat, come down. Turn the corner. You pop. And Royce, you pop, you dive.
They just really seem on the same page. Power does.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically talking about a little pick and slipping out. One guy pops for space, another guy dives. And that's really the action you want. There's only 6 players out there, so there should be no help when that happens.
Chalmers tries a reversal. White with the rebound. White like what he saw going to Mobley in the post. Lots of contact. Mobley will finish and bring us to halftime. Power clicking on all cylinders, and they lead 25-16.
Yeah, no question about it. Inside, outside, ball movement. They can play fast. They're making shots. Power looks really good today. You got a lot of complaining going on, but that's what the Big Three is all about. And here we go. Little inside play for Tino Mobley. Inside, outside for Chalmers. And then showing you the muscle once again. Bodies flying. Mobley with a fadeaway.
to Dallas, Texas, where Power leads 3's Company 25-16 at the half. It was an excellent first half for Power. Both teams coming off back-to-back losses, trying to right the ship here in week 4. Let's take a look at today's monster moments. It goes back to game number 1. Jeremy Pargo to Ryan Hollins for 3 different alley-oops.
Yeah, they were getting it done, that connection. Hard downhill attack, Ryan Hollins. Look at this again, elevate, throws it down. It's a good weapon to have going over the top.
And we saw a lot of that in that first game. Second game, just as competitive going down to the wire. We will see if 3's Company can make this a closer game down the stretch. Mobley tries to save it, goes right to right. Chalmers, he had a couple threes early on in the first half. As Beasley pulls up from the free throw line, doesn't get the bounce. That's got to be a goal attempt.
Julian Wright with a tough rebound, nice footwork, left hand. Got him on a goaltend, but that was a sweet move. Yeah, goaltend for sure.
Rice Jr. in traffic, and he is fouled.
No, they didn't call anything. He thought the same thing you thought. He was walking to the free throw line.
That was my cue.
You were watching him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he acted like he got fouled and was going to the free throw line.
Good defense there by 3's Company as White gets it in the post. Nice spin move along the baseline, but cannot finish.
Yeah, great move. Got to finish that up.
Beasley lets it rip. Rice nets it.
I like the way Glenn Rice Jr. is playing today. He's just aggressive. You know, not always working out, but that's how you have to play if you're going to be a scorer. And for this team, he has to get buckets.
Up to 15 points now for his team. Again, in his first Big 3 season, felt like there was just no adjustment period necessary.
No challenge. I would have challenged that.
It's Mobley from the block. Beasley will attack, loses his footing. We've got Nancy Lieberman mic'd up for us today as Beasley can't get that to drop.
Somebody rebound. No, give it to him.
She knows who the ball needs to go to.
Yeah, and that was a great play by Royce White. Just the way that he set that up.
Royce,
You know, that was unguardable, that type of dribble handoff.
Beasley loses it. A turnover for Beasley and 3's Company.
way to go, Glenn. Lock in.
Glenn Rice having a nice game today. He's guarding, and he's getting down the perimeter making shots. I like his body language today.
17 points for him. As Brandon Rush will check in.
Get to the rim.
Former NBA champion and NCAA champion too.
Come on, go rebound.
Rice is just feeling it.
There it is, right there. See, Sloan, he started out going to the basket. He must feel good. I missed this layup, but he's like, I'm getting the shots that I want. Now all of a sudden, you can start going out there and making some threes.
He's up to 20 points right now. A big turnaround game for him after he was held to just 6 in week 3 as Chalmers slices through the lane, and it's power ball. Beautifully done, and the flush by White.
Power right now looks so locked in. So everyone is focused on Glenn Rice. He comes to the top, puts the ball ahead, and Royce White throws it down.
And that's just playing basketball. That is just Royce White reading that, slipping to the basket.
So that's why I like this team. They have Patino Mobley. He's a phenomenal leader. He's prepped, he's ready. But the way they move the ball in 3-on-3 is hard. It's hard to guard. When TJ Klein comes in the game and he's flying to the basket, it's hard to guard. So what they have good synergy. That can take you a long ways when you have a court that's 50 feet wide and guys are using all 50 feet of it.
You know, there's synergy when you get a timeout hug between coach and player, as Lieberman and White were just hugging, and she had to wipe off plenty of sweat from her cheek as that goes out of bounds with, as you mentioned, the power just rolling in this contest. Long-range shot, not there for Wright. Klein posting up deep. Klein backing down Chalmers, drop step. 3's company trying to find a groove, get shots to fall, but it has been a tough night, only scoring 20 points so far. Klein all alone underneath.
That's a good job. Royce White up top. Goes to Glenn Rice Jr. immediately inside. You're not guarding that when you're passing the ball that well.
And you see the unselfishness between them, how they acknowledge each other after that play, too.
Easily trying to sub in without, you just thought you could sub on the fly like it's the NHL. You gotta wait.
In the rule book, it does say, not like the NHL.
Yeah, that's how they wrote it. You can't just sub on the fly.
So Chalmers bringing the ball in against Klein. Gets through the teeth of the defense and the free throw. Oh, we've seen great connection between Rice Jr. and Klein today.
Yeah, so White runs down the rebound. Goes outside, right inside to Klein.
And there is gonna be
bring the fire. I love it. Nancy loves bringing the fire and put her son on blast. If every time her son makes a shooting foul, she hits that button.
That's gonna put him on defense and bring the fire.
Hey, a lot of moms wouldn't do that to their kid. Not man, that's why she's Nancy Lieberman, Hall of Famer.
He's against Chalmers. Actively guarding him, closing out, and he comes out on top. He showed his mom.
Yeah, you know that's how they're gonna do it. You know, the drive home after AAU game when you don't get to stop on the bring the fire is a tough drive home. There you go. Look at Nancy. Hey, that smile is I don't have to have that conversation in the car.
Doesn't matter how old you are, you still coach your kid.
Hey, on that bring the fire, you know, if I call your number, you got to deliver it.
Mobley, the touch pass to White. He can't finish, but Mobley can clean things up.
Man, they are passing the ball so great. I hope I get a chance to talk to Tino Mobley, just ask him. I feel like their team has a lot of synergy today.
It's been fun to watch, just from a fan perspective.
Sure.
Beasley, a difficult shot on the baseline. He'll try and get things going for 3's company, but Power starting to close in on 50 at this point. Mobley drains the long two.
What did I say about Cat? Struggled a little bit. I really liked the way he played last week. Now he's looking really good.
Beasley, difficult shot, misfires from 3. Through the screen, it's gonna be an offensive foul. Chalmers.
What?
He might have taken the shot.
I don't understand this one. Let's see. Oh yeah, never mind. My bad. Officials got it right.
Glad you can admit your mistakes.
Oh, I have no problem with that.
As Chalmers will attack unguarded. Well, 3's company came back last week. They came up short against the three-headed Monsters, had only 16 points at the half, but they doubled that in the second half, and especially when there's no time, You feel like if, you know, they can try and make a comeback before, you know it's in them.
Michael Beasley, you know, 2 back-to-back 4-pointers last week. As Cat goes up, sticks it, he's back. Those 8 a.m. workouts are starting to pay off.
All the work that he puts in to get ready. This is the Big 3 Cat we know. Chalmers knocks down the free throw line jumper.
Bring it. Hey, no. Cat, other way. Cat, this shot.
He's up to 13 points. And that's really what we've come to expect from him throughout his Big 3 career as White. Excellent move.
And he spins, and when he hits you, there's some power behind that. That stuns you and allows him to get up to the rim.
Are Dante Green and Royce White top 2 players you just would not want to take a hit from?
I mean, I think Darnell Jackson's in that category.
No, that's true.
There's some guys. There's some guys that got some density.
Density.
But I'll give you a quick story because it's there'll be some arguing going on right here. Royce White, he made a move on me, and he hit me in the chest, right? And I hurt my back. He hit me in the chest, and it hurt my back. And I didn't heal for like 8 months.
Oh, no.
And that's why I called Clyde and said, Clyde, I'm not going to do this anymore. He's the reason. That guy right there, that guy is the reason why I said, oh, hell no, I'm not doing this.
I mean, completely imaginable from your description. Like, I kind of clenched a bit, too.
Oh, I didn't even know how my back hurt when he hit me in the chest. That's how he has so much power.
Oh, man. Chalmers misses the 3 throw. Beautiful pass by Klein. White thought he was fouled.
I like the way Klein drove that closeout. Kind of unorthodox. He went with his left hand on this side, but it allowed him to get that full head of steam. That was nice.
Klein, 4 seconds left, backing down Chalmers, and he draws the foul. That's tough for Chalmers. He stood his ground.
Yeah, but if you watch, if we can see the replay, he jams up on Klein before the spin. So take a look right here. If you watch him, he jam. Oh, actually, yeah, you know what? That's an offensive foul.
They're gonna bring the fire here. So it'll be Klein involved again against Chalmers, and they're chatting about that play.
I'm not sure. Here's the question is, I'm not sure it's a shooting foul. So to me, it's not a shooting foul when I watched it, so it shouldn't be bring the fire.
And perhaps that's the discussion that Michael Cooper is hearing. He said, let's just do it anyway.
Yeah. Good point.
Well, Klein will be taking it out for power, and it is all of a sudden point game. Three-point bucket would win it for power. Chalmers have been back down quite a bit today. Mobley off target, but he is fouled.
Now you can bring the fire on this one.
And Michael Cooper is going to do that. Emphatically pressing the button, he's stepping on it. He just wanted to bring the fire so bad, he got it this time. It will be Mobley against, looks like Chalmers.
This could be fun. So Chalmers got a little bit of flop in him. Mobley got a lot of back down. And remember the new rules, you can only back down for 3 seconds. It's gonna be really interesting.
A new rule this week too, no 2 dribble minimum either, but you have to be inside the 3-point arc. Mobley backing down, and Chalmers gets the stop.
Long ways to go for 3's company here.
Still is point game for power. This would send them to 2-2 this season, end a 2-game skid, coming off a loss to the enemies in which they only scored 39 points. Beasley has just been a tough shooting night for everyone on 3's company, and that kind of night too. Klein converts.
I like watching TJ Klein play. Just scooped that ball up, got it up quick, high off the glass. He did something. That's not an easy play. He made it look so easy.
He's always intense as Beasley throws up a 4-point shot. Still point game for Power. An incredible defensive effort for this squad as White has nowhere to go, and it's blocked, taken by Chalmers for 2.
That's not where Power is at their best. They're at their best, and that ball's flying around.
Mobley, a great bounce back game for him in double figures. Here's Klein, he can end it, and it's short. Beasley trying to keep hope alive. Great box out by Mobley. Power leading 49-28, still sitting on point game. Chalmers will extend the game at least a while longer. 17 points for Chalmers as White just loses it.
So we talked about just all the synergy. I mean, I get it, it's game point, but all the passing synergy, that's what Power seems to be their identity, and they've gone away from that, these last 2 minutes.
They have looked different orchestrating their offense than what we've seen the entire game.
For sure.
That'll be Wright taking it out. And Beasley over Rice. So back-to-back baskets for 3's company. In desperation mode as Power still sits on point game. White, one-on-one, backing down Chalmers, loses it. It's Rice pushing Rice completely out of the picture. A couple of misses, and Mobley. Great effort by Beasley going for that loose ball, but a little chaotic at this point.
It is a little chaotic. Royce White's called timeout. Cat's mad. He wants the game winner. Rice is on the baseline. Someone lost their shoe. It's a lot of stuff going on here.
Hopefully Beasley is okay. He took a difficult fall trying to go for that steal. And you applaud the effort, but especially when he had to leave game 3, got helped off the floor with an injury. You need to see that happen to him. Nancy Lieberman has her team in control, and she's mic'd up for us.
They're still mad about the timeout.
Roy, please, let us
Don't do that for them.
Let us win the game.
But don't do that for them. That's a win. It's the whole league. It's the whole thing.
I know.
Don't let them call it like that.
Trying to keep things in check is Power. A 7-0 run for 3's company. Rice, he ends it. Hard-earned bucket and a dominant effort for Power. They go on to win 51-33 off this final basket by Glenn Rice Jr., one of the best, not just rookies in the Big 3 this season, one of the best players. Versatile, and he helps give his squad a win. 2-2 this season is Power. Well, another player who had a fantastic night is the veteran, the 46-year-old Coutinho Mobley. He's been the captain for 2 seasons, and he did what he always does, which is back down players in the paint. He can shoot the mid-range as well, but he dealt with a lot of physicality, had a bounce-back game after only scoring 6 points in their Week 3 loss. They needed his contributions today. Tino Mobley shooting from the outside as well, and he is standing by with Brian Scalabrine.
I'm here with the captain, Mr. Big 3, Cat. Now, you guys look great today. When you picked this team, is that what you envisioned, the ball moving, the cutting?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the first couple of weeks I was trying to see how talented Glenn Rice Jr. is. And then Royce is such a great playmaker. I was trying to fill us out. And, I got off to like a slow start. So I just got to get back to being aggressive, you know what I mean? And then we playing off of my energy. Those last couple games were my fault pretty much because I got to lead us on both ends of the court.
Now, you put that work in now. Last week, it felt like you got your feet underneath you. Today, you were fantastic. You keep building from here?
Yeah, just keep building, and staying with the regiments. You know what I mean? The scout, we're playing the NBA for a long time. You just got to do what you've been doing to keep yourself successful, and I stay with that type of routine.
You got it, Cat. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
An excellent effort by Power today. Look at the rebounds, 26 to 18. The assists as well. Power just sharing the ball so well. It was beautiful basketball to watch. Glenn Rice Jr. 22 and 10 in this one with a 51-33 win. One more break and then we will wrap up the first day of week 4 here in Texas. Stick with us. A fantastic Friday night of Big 3 hoops here in Texas. Saw a couple upsets. Bivouac getting their first win of the season, first win since 2019 over the Triplets. We also saw killer 3's on top and Power win as well. Here's a look at the standings at this point, and Scout, just a lot of parity at this point. Everyone's got at least one win.
Yeah, here a lot of things that we can unfold. First thing, I called all 3 wins, right? And I told you with the point spread, this is what you should do. So, one, back pat for me. All right, here's the other thing. what we're seeing right now with the Big Three is a lot more parity. You're seeing games that are unfolding, and next thing you know, 5 straight points by a team, and you lose it. So, right, I think when you're moving forward, we have our ideas of who these championship-level teams are, but the guys on the outside are much closer than what we've seen in the past.
Especially because around week 4, you start to see a lot more separation than even what we're seeing in 2022. And there is still more week 4 action to come. Stay tuned for more on Sunday. That'll be on CBS as week 4 comes to a close here in Texas. 3 more games to go. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. Eastern. Trilogy versus Aliens, 3-headed monsters versus enemies. And then the Ball Hogs take on Tri-State. A fantastic day of basketball. For Brian Scalabrine, I'm Sloan Martin. For our entire crew, thanks so much for tuning in on Via DAZN or the Big 3 YouTube channel. We will catch you Sunday on CBS, 3 p.m. Eastern is when it all starts.